No.
Wrong one.
That was quick.
That was awful. See y'all next week. Bye.
I keep telling you guys, this is not easy.
Oh,
I'm hitting wrong buttons all the time. All the time.
You're gonna start
I've got chat party intro, chat party outro. So I scroll up and I see chat party, click it. Oh, that's the outro. Hello, everyone.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and start the show. You're
We're gonna do the show in reverse today. I hope you can understand what we're saying.
Hi, welcome to this dumb show. If you're smart, you'll stay away.
It's Sunday.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Jeff Kendall's here. Tim Allen's down there. Half of the rest. it sucks to get old, kids. Gee.
Television is for the young.
James Farley says they can't tell time in Canada. James, you just don't understand. We're on metric time here.
No, that's true. It's in the kilometers or something. What else do we got? Ollie Perry's there. Hey. Day trip. Oh, there's at least 3 people here. Hey, thanks for coming. Let's see if I can hit the right button.
I bid you welcome.
Welcome.
I got that one. Yay. Success. Okay.
So are you going to introduce us?
I already did.
Oh.
I already did. Oh, I wanted. Who's that?
That's Pope Pius the First.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Fantastic.
But his friends just call him Keith.
Yeah.
Where's his guitar?
That's before he was on the dance band of the Titanic.
Oh, okay, yeah. And he lived.
Okay. First order of business. How many of you have heard that Streisand McCartney song?
Oh no. And that's the first I've heard of it.
Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, it's on YouTube.
No. Oh,
I think it's fine. I think it's good.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I haven't heard her in years, but
she's way better than Paul is, but it's good. It's good. It's more better than it suits Paul.
Okay. So this is his new effort, is it?
Well, Streisand's got a duets album, and this is the first single, I guess.
It's her second duets album, and she's doing Paul's "My Valentine" with Paul. And
well, that would actually work well. Then.
Yeah, no, she sings it way better. A few people reviewed it and said, if she did it without Paul, it would be even better. And I can't disagree, but I don't think Paul is bad.
Well,
some people say he is.
Assuming she's still got a great voice, and she always did.
Yeah.
I mean, she could sing the phone book,
Yeah. So no, I think it's fine.
Yeah, well, she starts to sing. Alone. Yeah. And then it's Paul's turn to come in. And the first thing I went was, oh, geez. It's almost like knocks you right off your feet, like how off it is, or scratchy, or whatever.
No, it's just low.
Words to me, I just went like, oh, ouch.
Did he re-record it? He's doing the best he can.
Did he re-record it? I used the one from the album.
No. It's not Sinatra. No, he's recording it.
Well, I mean, did he re-record a new one or use the one from a few years ago?
Yeah, no, that's what Sinatra did on some of his duets. No, it's
brand new.
Well, I think it's pretty cool that the two different genres collaborate like that. That's pretty cool.
It's fine. I don't like the negativity about it. I really don't.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. It's fine.
Yeah, when Paul starts to sing, it's jarring.
It's. I would say it's at least twice as good as Dolly Parton and Paul McCartney doing Let It Be. I would say it's twice as good as that, at least.
Dolly doesn't have the voice for Let It Be, for one thing. Streisand could do that.
No.
Streisand could do anything.
And Dolly's voice has gotten bad. Dolly's words are slurred now, and she can't sing that great
Dolly or Streisand didn't do a lot of.
Because she's singing through false teeth. Anyway.
Yeah,
and they're not. And Streisand, unlike Dolly, who's trying to be hip and cool like Paul does all the time. You know, Streisand doesn't try to be hip and cool. She just does what she does. She's a month old. She's like 2 months older than McCartney.
Oh, okay.
Which she sounds fine.
Yeah.
But when Paul comes in, I mean, to me it was jarring, and it was like, oh wow. But later on in the song, when he sings his parts, it almost sounds like he's singing softer as to not strain or something.
Well, he is.
That's how I
do it. You can't, you know, he's doing the best he can. You got two choices.
I understand that.
To it or accept that this is McCartney's voice now. There aren't any other options.
Mm-hmm. You know? So he's trying not to strain, and he's singing kind of soft, and he's just not pushing it. He doesn't want to push it.
No.
So, and in the meantime, they're singing the duet. So they're singing at the same time, but you can still hear Paul kind of like, he's struggling inside.
So did you hear the other music news?
There's more?
I like that. Well, of course we have it. And how much music news is there? Yeah, apparently Andrew Watt, who produced Hackney Diamonds, and Mick Jagger have been seen hanging around a recording studio.
Oh, no, really?
Keith Richards has also been seen hanging around there.
And so is Barbara Streisand.
No. But so the rumor is obviously the Stones are back in the studio, which is quite interesting, and kind of follows through on an earlier conversation where the Stones, for Hackney Diamonds, there are songs, 9 songs they recorded that they didn't use for that album. So they might be finishing another album off, which is kind of exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, they could be finishing the 9 songs, like maybe they were left unfinished or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're going to need more than 9 because Keith has been saying we got the next album 3/4 done, so they probably want to add another 3 or 4 songs to it.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Rick 9G, he can't sing at all. I'm sure he can.
Yeah. So that's I thought that was kind of exciting news. So we might have another new Stones album this year.
Okay.
Next year. Who knows?
Well, after producing and mixing and all that, it's going on summer. So maybe for Christmas time.
Well, that's what they were speculating. That it would be a late fall release in order for the Christmas stuff.
And
all right.
Rumors are spreading McCartney's new album in the fall because it got leaked that he's going to tour the States in the fall.
Okay.
Might as well have an
accidentally leaked. Well, I believe it because it came from some NFL executive, and I don't know who. Some NFL executive let slip that the NFL, they're talking about the NFL schedule, and it's tricky because people want to use the venues, and of course there's football games going on, so it's got to be perfectly timed to get them in and out and blah blah blah. Yeah. And he named a couple of the big names that that they have problems with, and then he said, "Oh yeah, and Paul McCartney," and that kind of went whoop. He wasn't supposed to say that.
Everybody's ears.
So the rumor now is the album will probably be out in the fall, along with a North American tour.
Okay. Just as a diversion, what Beatle album has the most hits on it? Greatest hits. That stuff.
Yeah, the Beatles won.
Blue album.
Yeah, hits. Number 1 hits on it.
Yeah, number 1.
That was easy. Okay. Of course.
Believe it or not, though, if you're
Have you heard
talking
about this
America,
right there.
You asked. You got an
if
answer.
you're talking the original 13 in America, though, you know what the answer is? Surprisingly,
Let's see here.
it would be Introducing the Beatles.
Okay. Brought to you by the good folks at DJ.
I'm trying to think of the UK.
Well, if you just want to get all the songs on one album that were hits in America, Love Me Do was a #1 hit. Please Please Me was a #1 hit. Twist and Shout was easily a top 10 hit.
I'm gonna go outside the box and say if you're talking UK.
Well, actually, that's not. Actually, I might be wrong there. A Hard Day's Night. Actually, A Hard Day's Night had 4 singles.
I was gonna say that, but I think oldies but goldies would be a better choice.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Because it doesn't have a
regular album. I guess it'd be A Hard Day's Night, actually. Because
I would guess A Hard Day's Night. Yeah,
in America,
that would be my guess. But
and If I Fell might have even charted too. That would put 5 on.
That was on a Canadian single at least.
Might even be 6 top 100 hits from that album.
So are we gonna get the answer, Lee, or are you gonna just keep us?
I think he's satisfied.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah. But those would be the 2 best. But do you want to know? A Secret may have charted in the top 100 too.
Yeah, that was a minor hit.
It was the B-side too. From Me to You in the States.
It's hard to answer because are we talking North America or are we talking UK?
I'm talking North America because I'm North American.
Yeah. In
England, most of the albums didn't even have singles. So you can't really do English, I mean, because like Hard Day's Night had, in England, the Beatles album had 1 single at most.
That's one thing they should do is release a box set of the Capitol singles because there were a lot more. And Canada more.
There's probably more than 40. You have to do 2
Canada
boxes.
had more than the US. We had a lot more than the US put out. So in the early days anyway. So
I know you had All My Loving, which I don't know why.
There were all kinds. Like there's one coming out every 2 weeks up here.
We were greedy. Put out another one. Put out another one.
No, yeah, we were going crazy with those things.
That one's old. It's only been on there for 3 weeks. Put out another one.
It kind of petered off after 64, but boy, all through like 63, 64, there were singles coming out all the time.
Remember when the Beatles had the first 5 spots on the Billboard?
Yeah.
In Canada, they had the top 20 because they just kept this.
Well, it wasn't that many, but they were. They had at least half of the top 10.
Yeah. They had the first, and I think the Beatles had one more in the top 10 too. I think they had 6 out of the top 10 singles. Which is ridiculous.
That Beatles story, that was.
I think 9 in the top 40 or something. It was absurd.
It was nuts. Yeah. Hello, George. Hello. Nice to see you, George. Hello. Yeah.
I got a trivia question that I think is easy, but I'll see if you guys can answer it. And Paul, if you know it right away, let's see if the other 2 know first.
Okay.
What
I know it.
Beatle film is the only Beatle film that has a song in it not by the Beatles?
Oh.
Do you mean song or instrumental or actual song?
A song. And I'm not. I'll give you a hint. I'm not talking about that classical thing at the end of Help. I'm not talking about.
No. It's a song. It's not an instrumental.
Yeah, it's a song. It's a real song in a film.
Okay. I think I know, but I'm not.
Might be
I have a guess. I would say something like Let It Be because they played all those oldies, you know.
Yeah, but they're still doing them. I'm talking about a song by somebody else, done by somebody else in the Beatles.
Another artist, yeah.
Formed by somebody else.
Does anybody over in the comment section have it?
Oh, Magical Mystery Tour?
Yeah, somebody does.
Somebody over there is correct.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Is it Diddy? Diddy's over there.
The Bonzo Dog Band or whatever they are.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's Cab for Cutie and Magical Mystery Tour.
Hey, Jorgen.
Is the only Beatles movie to have a non-Beatles song in it.
That was going to be my guess for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, you could repeat the question for Jorgen. He might know.
No, he knows now. We just told him.
No offense to Jorgen, but he's not a Beatles fan.
Say what?
It doesn't have to be.
I don't understand one thing of what you said, but I think it's good.
just nod your head and smile, Jorgen.
Yeah, in fact, a 90s, maybe late 80s, 90s alternative group took their name from that song, Death Cab for Cutie. Took their name from they saw Magical Mystery Tour and took their name from that song.
The Bonzo Dog Doo-Dah Band. Okay.
Yep.
And also in that British television series.
Actually, when it comes to Beatles, I actually have been listening to this.
Oh, I've heard of that record.
So I've listened to my very first Beatles album in its full.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that side.
And how was it, Jorgen?
I think I done a review on my blog, of course. I think it is a good album with some exceptions. There are some songs that I feel like, what am I listening to? I Want You, She's So Heavy, and Oh Darling wasn't that kind of thing.
Oh, he doesn't like Oh Darling? Oh, come on.
It was a little too proggy for my taste.
Wow.
But the rest was good. I liked that they did some experimental with ordinary pop songs. I think it is very well made songs, and I think it is very well made album. Coming from a guy who isn't a normal Beatles fan, I think it's a very, very good album, and I will keep it. And I give it a rating 3 out of 5.
Wow!
Wow.
Give it time; it may get to like 3.5.
Don't say that to any hardcore Beatle fans like me.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that's low.
And for those of you who understand Swedish, you can go to my blog to read a review. But you can. I have translation. Google translates.
Most Beatle fans would put that as either number 1 or number 2.
But you have to be careful because Jorgen's been busy lately. He's had gorillas.
Never gets old.
The thing about Abbey Road, there's a number of things that kind of sets it apart from the rest of their catalog, and it sounds more like a 70s album than a 60s album, really.
That's what I thought when I heard some of the songs, like the final one, Carry That Weight, and Golden Slumbers. It felt like the beginning of what's going to come for Paul McCartney's 70s.
Yeah. Well, a number of things. First of all, it was recorded on 8-track. It's the only album they recorded on a true 8-track machine. It was recorded specifically for stereo, and they introduced George's Moog to it, so you get the Moog throughout it. So there's just a number of things that make it more of a 70s album than a 60s album. And in my opinion, it sets it apart from the rest of their catalog.
Hi, Kitty.
It's very different than most of the other things they did. So
wait, I have a question for Jorgen. Sure. When you were listening to Abbey Road, were you frightened by Her Majesty?
Why would I?
Because there's a long bit of silence, and then all of a sudden, bang!
Bang! Yeah, that comes in the big crash.
Anybody who's not expecting that would like scrape them off.
You need to have a bigger jump scare than that to scare me.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on how loud you're playing it, because some people they have to scrape them off the scene.
I'm wondering though, in 1969, when people bought this record and took it home and put it on their turntable, and it was quote unquote over, I wonder how many people played that album like 10 times without ever even realizing that was there.
It's possible.
I bet you quite a few.
It's possible.
I bet you quite a few.
I know when the album first came out, there was some pretty harsh reviews of it. Like a lot of reviewers trashed it. And it's like, now it's considered one of the best albums ever done. So it's interesting how things change. But I think because it was so different than anything they'd done before, that these guys, they weren't expecting what they heard. And they tended, like I've got reviews of it that just are not very friendly to it at all. And and then of course, from 50 years later, you'd be hard pressed to find somebody other than Jorgen who would give it a low review. Like, most people like on a scale of 1 to 5, very few people would give it under a 4, I would think, and very few would actually give it under a 5.
Let's just say I would never ever give Beatles higher ratings than a Depeche Mode or Pet Shop Boys album.
Wow, that just about says all we need to know right there.
Exactly.
And that right there.
Yeah, everybody's got their own taste, of course.
James, on the original pressings, it wasn't listed.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't listed. It wasn't.
Not even in Canada. It wasn't.
Just like on the original pressings of the Clash's London Calling, Train in Vain wasn't listed either.
Right.
Same thing.
It was like a surprise. Guess what? Bonus track.
Yeah, a surprise. And that was daring as far as the Clash goes. To release a single from an album that's not even listed on the album.
Yeah.
That's the song you pull as a single.
And I was shocked when I bought that album, going like, why isn't Train in Vain on it? And then it came on and I went, what?
It is. They just, it's the last song on the album and they didn't list it.
Yeah, they didn't list it. I'm going like, oh, okay. But otherwise I was kind of disappointed.
They list Her Majesty on the label, but it's still not on the jacket.
Well, that's how to sell a single, basically. You release a single, put it on the album, but you don't list it on the album, so people buy both.
And on the original track listing, Her Majesty was part of the thing before the
it was cut out of the medley, which is why it starts.
Yeah, it was part of the medley.
I put it back in the medley a long time ago on my mini disc player. You could add it really good, and I reconstructed the medley how it originally was. Came out perfect. It was like, that's exactly where they cut it.
What song does it follow in the medley?
It's somewhere in the middle.
Polythene Pam.
Okay.
That the end part of Polythene Pan is ding, it goes ding, and then you hear it, Her Majesty, and then it goes in, and then Her Majesty cuts off because, or is it Mean Mr. Mustard? It's Mean Mr. Mustard, not Polythene Pan. It's Mean Mr. Mustard, and then it ends because Polythene Pan comes in, ding, ding. So they just literally cut it out. And I mean, the story I've always heard is the engineer that cut it out didn't feel like he should waste any, packed it onto the end of the tape so he didn't lose it. And it went to press that way, and they're like, "Ooh, we like it," and they just left it, but that's how it got there. The guy that cut it out tacked it onto the end.
I think so, huh? Yoko was
John used to call her mother.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. You can listen to it. Yeah.
And they put it, a different version of it out on the Abbey Road bonus thing. But if you listen to the original, it does. I see why they took it out. You know, it does kind of interrupt the flow. There's a really good flow between Mean Mr. Mustard and Polythene Pam that Her Majesty kind of stops dead in its tracks for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
and then, you know, so I see why they took it out.
It was a little sore thumbish.
Kind of, yeah. But then how they stick it on the end was like after Golden Slumbers is done, and then there's this long hit of nothing, and you think, oh, record's over, and then bang.
Jorgen is,
like I said, the engineer did that just to save it in case they wanted it later, wanted to put it back or something, and then they left it there and everybody liked it, and so it just stayed.
Jorgen, is your pressing of Abbey Road Swedish, or is it Netherlands, or what is it? Do you know? Just curious.
We're just curious.
Because I know a lot of the stuff in the Netherlands ended up in Sweden. So
I'm checking. You don't have to make me big for checking.
Yeah, I know. You need to, like me, you need a magnifying glass these days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It doesn't say.
Yeah.
Give it to the monkey. He might have better eyes.
Printed by Garrod and Lofthouse International Ltd.
Whoa.
Maybe. I wonder. It could be a British pressing, maybe.
Yeah, made in UK. It says.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, so it might be a newer pressing too. It might not be original.
Might be so. I got it for free. So.
It's a free pressing. Those are the best kind.
That's good. Yeah.
I picked it up when I got a year ago when a friend of mine said, "Come and pick whatever you want," and I felt like, well, maybe I should have a compilation of Beatles. And then I saw this, and I felt like I can have a chance to get Abbey Road for free. Should I give it a chance?
Yeah.
Not everybody has a chance to get Abbey Road for free.
Free is good. Take it while you can.
Yes.
Of course. And now it's a 3 out of 5. But you've only listened to it.
But if he keeps listening to it, that'll go up, I'm sure. Use the headphone listen.
Yeah. That'll scare that. Yes.
It's made for headphones, that album.
Oh, another important question. Did John Lennon say you have a lucky face? Yes. Okay.
So
hello, James Byers. Hello. Yes. So easy questions here. Hey.
Yeah.
Or he's trying to trip us up.
Talked about Abbey Road and we killed 30 minutes. Just like that.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because we talked about Streisand and McCartney for the first time.
And then Abbey Road.
Whatever. Whatever's good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. We'll tackle any subject that comes up.
We're not shy.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. Well, okay, show's over. Thanks.
Yeah, for sure.
For the second time.
I know. And I know I didn't say it earlier, but only 2 hours today. So.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So trying to save.
Pack all this stuff in there, man. I don't know if we can do it.
Yeah, we'll have to try.
Let's read all this. Everyone knows John is my favorite, but I've been listening to Paul and John solo recently, and John is a rocker. Solo Paul rocked way more than John. I would say yes.
Yeah, John got really mellow in his solo career after the first album. Even in the first album, he pretty mellow sometimes.
The first album, is more autobiographical than anything.
Yeah, but he also did quite a few rockers on that album, where there's very few on Imagine. There's only like 1 or 2.
I think the heaviest song John did was I Found Out. That's a pretty gritty song.
Well, Well's pretty heavy too.
Well, yeah. Well, that was his Scream Therapy song, or one of them. Yeah. But I tell you, one of the best rockers John wrote was Instant Karma. I love that song. This is a great rock and roll song.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Cold Turkey.
Mhm.
John actually said, "Thank you. It's been a pleasure." No. He actually said, "Thank you. You've got a lucky face."
Yeah, it was on some live show or he did.
It was on something. But did he say that during the Royal Command performance or something?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a Royal Command performance where he said that.
No, he said that.
What's your problem? What are you doing? Dog is outside the door whining.
Let me in.
Hey,
Daddy.
So you're gonna go under there. Okay. Well, you don't want that. You don't know what you want, do you? Come up here.
I want love. Give me milk bones.
Come on. Well, you can't do it from there. You're silly. Come here. All right, go down there then. Right down there. Okay. Oh, worse than a 3-year-old.
I actually have something that it might be interesting. I heard a very fun news just recently on Sir James Stream. I'm reading here from a news. The Who's drummer Zach Starkey was reportedly fired for overplaying at Royal Albert Hall's performance. This meant that he was playing too many notes and fills, making it difficult for Roger Daltrey to hear and sing over the drums. I feel like this might be the height of irony when the music in the band The Who is hearing by the band, "You're playing too much and too loud."
Yeah,
that's a little height of irony.
Well, they hired him back. That was all.
Yeah, that's all. That's slightly old news. Sorry to tell you. That they've set it to misunderstanding. Who knows whether it was or not? But
and now they're on their farewell.
I saw a clip from that show, and the Who were not good. And I think it was a bad night for them. And Pete Townsend did come out and say that they didn't prepare enough. They didn't rehearse enough. And Pete Townsend took complete responsibility for it. So, hey, it is what it is. These guys are, in their 80s, right? So
what's interesting is that, from what I understand, this Zach Starkey has said that the band had told him that you're not allowed to say to people that you were fired. You're supposed to say that you quitted yourself.
I don't know. It's all the politics. Everybody's going to have a take on it.
yeah.
Now what are you doing? Just settle down.
But I mean, I don't care how old you get.
Yeah. Look, it's a some drunk.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I coming through loud and clear?
All right, you gotta.
Hello. Yes. Good stuff.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.
Back. Yes. Oh.
I'm way behind him answering my phone.
Stick with cats, Jeff.
You're muted. You're muted.
My cats can be loud too. I'm talking to my son. He's messing with my phone. My cats can be loud too sometimes.
Oh, okay. Damn cats. Jeez.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we've got Bargone gone down there. Hello.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Can you actually hear me talking?
Yeah.
Only if you talk.
Hello. Can you hear me talking? Can you
Yeah,
hear
if you
me?
hear you talking.
Hi.
Isn't that in a Rolling Stone song? Can't you hear me talking?
Can't you hear me talking?
Great. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me running?
Yeah. I wonder what he's drinking. It could be fatal.
This is a fun show. Nobody says a thing.
Well, I asked a question and nothing happened.
Maybe it's time for one of these.
Ah, that's a good test. That's a good test.
There you go. Oh, look at Jorgen showing off here with notebook.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah, one of
God.
those rare ones.
All right.
You want something else? I cannot pick this.
Okay, now you're just rubbing it in.
Yeah, no. Wow. What have I done to you, Jorgen?
I show Partridge Family and you moaning.
It's the Partridge Family
Just
mom.
ask me what I've done to you.
Did
Well,
anybody
yes,
pick up any Bargone?
Yes, I hear Jeff Kendall got one or two or 10 or something.
Okay.
Let's see what he has right now. Starting right
Okay.
now.
Something down. After I broke my phone yesterday, I was feeling bad, so I went to a place called Half Price Books, and they had some CDs for $4.50, and I picked up this one.
Oh,
Oh.
fake zipper.
Yes, fake zipper,
Yeah,
and this,
yeah, really.
this side. This side is kind of obscene, so we won't turn around with this.
Well, that's what's on the inside behind the
Yeah.
zipper.
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
What?
Meanwhile,
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, next.
This is live, everyone.
It is. It is.
live. Jeff, you're on.
I know who's got. I only had this one, so who's
Oh,
next?
you're done. Oh.
Who's done? Just had one.
Oh, all right. Okay.
I think we kind of figured that out.
Oh, look over here.
Oh yeah. Show it
Oh,
again.
you're too slow. You're too slow. Okay, go back. There
That's
you go.
the best of Eva Cassidy.
Cassidy,
Is that
right?
backwards for you?
Eva
Or,
Cassidy. Ooh.
Very good.
is that forward for you or backwards? Because
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, Eva Cassidy.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh, he's got more. He's got more.
Oh,
more.
Morrissey.
What was that? Show it again.
Yeah.
Yes, Morrissey.
Who is
Mark.
that?
Yes, Morrissey.
It's good.
Cousin
He
Dave.
looks like a young James Taylor a little bit
And
there.
the best of Chaz and Dave.
Chaz and Dave.
Who are they?
A couple guys drinking beer.
Yeah, it must be beer drinking songs. And we have Donna Summer, the Ultimate Collection.
It's the ultimate collection.
Whoa.
Got both are hits on it.
Yes,
Yeah.
great stuff. The hits keep on coming.
Yeah.
Del Shannon.
Good heavens.
Runaway.
The
That's a
original hits. Wow.
yeah,
Runaway,
right?
the original hit.
Very good. Yeah.
Art Garfunkel.
Oh, all right.
I think
Is
it's
that live?
a compilation. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, best of.
Okay.
I think a lot of it is, yeah.
Mhm.
The Ink Spots.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, classic stuff. Yeah.
Very,
You know the Ink
very.
Spots, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Animals.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
great
the
stuff.
original.
Ah,
the
And
original.
we have
Okay.
Paul
Graceland.
Simon Graceland.
yeah.
Yeah.
Great album.
The Manic Street Preachers debut album.
Hey, that's
Lightning
naughty.
Seeds. One album. Another Lightning Seeds. Another album they did.
Huh.
I like the covers.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Hootie and the
Ooh,
Blowfish. Nobody knows them. Warfinger. Anybody remember Warfinger?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
They're Swedish.
No.
never heard of them. Neat.
Harry
Blast.
Johnston. Blast.
Bunch of explosions.
Yes. Okay. And another one. Super Furry Animals.
Okay.
Radiator.
Super furry animals.
Okay.
Not to be confused with the animal.
I don't know who this is, but apparently they're good.
I can't even pronounce that.
Great stuff.
More than one syllable.
Yes, and 2 albums from someone I've never heard of, still sealed.
Ooh. Ta-da.
Serge Gainsborough's first 2 albums on the CD. And one of Brock's favourite.
Oh, that's a good album. I like that one.
Nice.
One of Tim's favourites.
The Schmidt Expand.
And some of Jeff's favourites as well.
Oh, I'm not crazy about him anymore.
Too good.
He's the boss.
Yeah,
He was.
Well, wait a minute.
Wow.
He wasn't done yet. He wasn't done yet.
Oh, UB40. Yeah.
More Bargone.
I have that 45.
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
And
Kendall, the Bee
yes.
Really good. The Bee Gees. Yes, wonderful Bee Gees.
Okay.
Gary Moore.
Oh, Gary Moore. Excellent.
I have that one.
Yeah.
Shampoo. If you remember Shampoo.
Shampoo.
Oh, the movie. Yeah,
Bill
yeah.
Saturday Night.
That was the Goldie Hawn movie.
And
Shampoo were
Sex on the
Danish, if
Beach
I'm
by
not-
Teaspoon. A great Belgian group.
Oh, okay.
Shampoo were Danish.
And I also got a DVD.
Oh, Sir Lancelot.
Sir Lancelot, Adventures of Sir Lancelot. And
With William
Doc
Russell.
might remember this. It's from 1957.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's an oldie.
yeah.
Yeah, look, there's a box.
Anyway,
That's almost
that's,
as old as Doc.
all I have today.
You watch it there.
I didn't expect to see Clawfinger on this stream. As they are Swedish.
Cool.
I just picked them up. I don't know what it is. I'll listen to it eventually. and I
Clawfinger
might
is
like it.
kind of a rap metal
They're
band.
all like 25 pence a pop. So.
Clawfinger is rap metal from '93.
Apparently, Zach got
Maybe
fired
I like
again.
it. Maybe.
Zach got
Zach
fired
just
again.
can't seem to keep a job.
Getting rough these days.
Where's that?
I have
All right.
stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
Jorgen has stuff. Go, Jorgen. Go, Jorgen.
Yeah, Jorgen.
I also have stuff from last week when I wasn't here.
Okay. Oh, you got a bunch of stuff. Good.
Last week I found.
Thank you, Stephen.
I think we have enough there. Yes. Miles Davis,
Oh, yeah.
More Than Just Giants. We have Ellington. We have more Ellington. I have this album in its full, of course. And we have Elvis Presley, actually.
Who?
Then there's a fool,
Elvis.
a fool such as I.
Ah. I said metronome? Metronome.
Metronome is a Swedish label.
I guess. Never heard of it.
That's what I use to keep in time.
Mm.
And we have this week's, we have Candy Staton. Honest, I Do Love You. I showed a couple of weeks ago, months ago, I showed this with McKinney's Cotton Pickers. I found for 10 cents, a double album set.
10 cents. Wow.
Yeah. That was a couple of months ago. Yesterday, I managed to find another one with from the same series with the same band.
Looks like a John Lennon album.
It does a little bit without the stickers.
This one I actually paid $1.50 for, but
Probably sounds a lot better.
take a look at the
RCA.
magnificent quality.
Yeah, but is it Dynaflex? Do they have that over there?
What?
Dynaflex, where the record is so thin you can Play a
No.
little.
No.
Oh, you're missing out.
There are very few flexi discs in huge in normal album form.
No,
And usually
they're not flexi discs. They're not flexi discs. They're just thin vinyl.
It's pretty
I do
flexible.
have flexi discs.
Isn't there a Frankie Valley album? It's like a
I think
newspaper.
it was RCA that invented the Dynadisc, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great label. RCA's Black and White series is one of my favorite jazz labels. Actually,
Yeah, pretty black and white.
they are French. It's a French release.
Yeah, volume 34. Oh, you got a lot to catch up on.
Cotton picking guys.
I'll be glad if I found another one. I have CDs also. I have some CD singles. We have Elisa Stansel, in All the Right Places, theme from Indecent Proposal movie.
Ooh. Oh, wait,
The
breaking
CDs
news.
are around the wrong way in that. CD singles need to be back to front in the case so that the writing shows at the back.
It's not me who has. It was when I bought it.
Oh, okay.
Mitch Your.
Tim knows what I mean.
Mitch Your, Breathe from '93.
Breathe. It's a good idea to breathe.
Scottish band The Adventures, Raining All Over the World.
That's right.
We have a Phil Collins, Both Sides.
He's on tour in '94.
Oh yeah.
That's a long tour.
This one I was a little bit hesitating on. I don't have the album, but it's missing a proper sleeve. But I felt like for $1, I felt like, why not? I can have this one and listen to until I find a proper copy for the right price. So I felt, why not? I buy it. David Bowie, Space Oddity.
Oh yeah. That's a good single.
No, but album.
Oh, the whole album. Okay, the whole album's good too. Yeah.
Yeah. You could, if you had a color printer, you could just print out your own cover and.
Yeah, but if it looks still a little.
Well, yeah, but just as a temporary thing,
But those are what I had.
Nice.
Good. Yes.
Yay!
Okay, who's next? And yes,
That's
I
a
have
great album. I like
it
that.
is. I have a 2 CD set. It's really good with the outtakes.
I got a couple of records I can show you.
Okay.
That's good.
Oh, I like that. That would be a good T-shirt.
It would be.
It would.
So,
Yeah.
you guys have heard me talk about Walter Trout before. No more fish jokes, please.
Okay.
Anyway, they did a series of his early albums, 25th anniversary. So this is the original cover, but it was blue instead of this. Anyway, this is his first solo album. Well, the Walter Trout Band, but it's him. It's a double. See the tracks there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Who plays bass in the Walter Trout Band?
Who plays bass?
Bass player. Yeah.
I think that would be Red Green.
Oh, the guy, a PBS guy?
I'm not sure who's in his band here. It doesn't list them.
Different.
I'll have an answer for you later.
Okay.
And then continuing my collecting Alice Cooper albums, I got this one, which this is the original band without Glenn Buxton. They reunited in 2015. You can see there to promote Dennis Dunaway's book. So they got together in this little venue and they did a live show. So you can see the songs on it there. And I'll show you the inner workings of this. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Ooh.
They sound pretty good live, so I thought, oh, I'll grab that.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, well, I kind of knew
Is that
about
Alice
it.
Cooper's first group?
Yeah, it's the Alice Cooper group. Yeah. So that's the inner sleeve, just some stuff there. And then it's going to look orange, but it's actually apricot.
Oh, okay.
I think it looks like peach.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's orange. So
it's creamsicle.
Anyway, I haven't played it yet, but I thought, oh, that'd be pretty good. The interesting thing is it wasn't intended to be a release. They just recorded it and filmed it. It comes with a DVD as well, I think. Yeah, I haven't found the DVD yet. Where the heck is it? It's got to be in here somewhere.
It's gone.
Oh, there it is. There's the DVD.
Oh,
so they just recorded it for sake of doing that, but then I guess they went back and listened to it, and they said, "Oh, that sounds pretty good. We'll put it out on
in the vault. Might as well put it out.
We'll put it out on an album," and so that's what they did. So
and you get to watch the show too at the same time.
Yeah. So yeah, and everybody knows that they've reunited to do a new album. Well, it's not the first time because they did it. Well, actually, the first time the band was together again on recording was on Welcome to My Nightmare, which was 2011, I believe. And they did 3 songs as the band on that album. So they've kind of had, since that time, they've been kind of back and forth, getting together and going their own way, getting back together and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, so there you go. It's called Live at the AstroTurf. It's in Dallas, Texas. And I think the AstroTurf is like a pub or something, or I think it's a pub or something like that. Anyway, there you go.
James Byers says there's a really lovely Alice Cooper song called "I Never Cry."
Yeah, that's a beautiful song.
I like How You're Gonna See Me Now myself. A favorite.
I think that was from Alice Cooper Goes to Hell. I think that's what that was from.
Now, is the Alice Cooper band touring again right now?
No, they haven't announced it, but they keep getting asked about it, and they've been saying it depends on how well the new album is received. Because they have to be able to sell tickets to make it viable. So they said it depends on what sort of interest the new album generates. So if you're into Alice Cooper, you're probably gonna want to see them tour.
Now they're online on YouTube. There's some kind of recent footage. I don't know how I'll put Alice Cooper recent and see what pops up. So I don't know.
There's a lot of interviews in the last few years. Dennis Dunaway has been doing a lot of recent interviews talking about the new album and other things that they've done. But they've been showing up at Alice Cooper
concerts. Does Alice Cooper still do the Hollywood Vampires?
Yeah, I don't know if he's still active with them or not. But I've got their 2 albums. They're pretty good. They're loud, but they're pretty good. What was I going to say? Yeah, they've been doing stuff like the band will show up at Alice Cooper concerts, and they'll do a little segment with just Alice and the original band as well. So they've been doing stuff on and off for the last several years. But they're all getting up there. They're all in like their
they're late 70s.
Like Dennis Dunaway is 77. But when you listen to the interviews, his memory is so sharp and detailed. It's unbelievable. And he looks good. Like they all look really healthy. And and they never stop playing. They've been playing all along, just not as part of Alice Cooper's band,
Right.
But, so it's not like they're rusty. They're on top of their game. So it should be interesting. Right.
Hi.
I
picked up a album off my rack because I don't have anything new to show. So I just picked something at random, something that Vinyl Richie would do. Steppenwolf, the Born to Be Wild retrospective.
Oh, one of my favorite bands.
Ooh, 2 discs of Steppenwolf.
I don't know who they are.
What? Born to Be Wild? You never heard of Born to Be Wild?
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Wow, that's them.
Anti-carpet ride, all those fun things. Yeah.
John Kay coined the phrase heavy metal.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it's
so they've been around a while.
Yeah, I just heard it on the radio this morning. It's Heavy Metal Thunder. That came from that song.
Okay.
That's the first time that term was used.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is it?
What? Let's see. Born to Be Wild was 67?
68. It's off their first album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it sounds, because they're only, the first group I heard that was that loud when I was a kid was probably Cream. Because I bought Sunshine of Your Love when I was 7. So that was the year after that. Okay.
Well, they were together from 68. Well, they were together a long time. They started out at the Sparrows, and then they morphed into Steppenwolf. But they recorded from 68 to 72. Then they broke up, and then they got together again in 74 and did about 3 more albums. And then they broke up again, and then they reunited under John Kay. He just pulled together a whole new band, and they went out as John Kay and Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf,
for a few years. I saw them in about 81 or 82. They were good. Like it wasn't the original band except for John Kay, but the rest, they were really good.
Now he's another one. He's another rock star that's getting up there. All these.
Yeah, I just watched a video the other day on sort of a documentary on them. Yeah, he's getting up there, but he lived out my way for a while. He may still have a home in I think it was North Vancouver. But he's got an interesting past. You should check him out. His mother snuck him out of East Germany in the dead of night one night, and they moved to Toronto, and he just kind of grew up there. So actually, people don't know, but 4 of the 5 members of the original Steppenwolf were Canadian. So they're actually a Canadian band, and then they moved to.
That's why you heard them on CKLW a lot.
Yeah, well, they moved to LA, and that's when they became, they started getting the record deals. But they formed in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So
we have another question for Paul. Oh, Paul. Who had a better solo career, Keith or Mick?
It depends on your taste. I really like what Keith did with the Expensive Winos. I've got all their albums, a couple of live albums by them. I really like their music, and I didn't really show much interest in what Mick was doing. It was a little too pop oriented, in my opinion. But it's going to depend on your taste. I don't want to get into who's better or who's worse.
It also depends on what you mean.
What
better
did Mick do?
Yeah, I mean, if you go in commercially, Mick Jagger sold a whole lot more.
Yeah, he has a hit with Just Another Night, I believe.
Yeah, whatever you might think of it, Dancing in the Streets was a hit.
Yeah. And Charlie did a jazz.
I prefer Keith's stuff because I like the kind of music those guys do.
Yeah. And Charlie Watts did a jazz album.
What did Mick do with like a collaboration, like with like Damian Marley and Joss Stone? Super Heavy, something like that. Do you remember that album? I've got it. It's pretty good actually. You hear Mick Jagger rapping on it, and he's actually pretty good at rapping.
Mick's a really talented guy. Yeah, Mick's a really talented guy. He can play a lot of instruments that people don't understand. Like some of Hackney Diamonds, he wrote alone. Like it wasn't a collaboration. He wrote that. And Mick is also recognized as one of the best blues harmonica players ever. He's amazing on the harmonica. He's got a lot of people really recognize his talent there. So he's a talented guy. There's no doubt about that.
If I can move like that when I'm 80, I'll be happy.
Yeah. I could never move like that.
I don't know. All this talk about albums. Maybe we should check and see what is the album of the week. Do you think so, kids? Yay! Bring it on! Bring it on!
Okay, wait.
It's How to Belly Dance for Your Husband.
It's Little Egypt Station.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've showed that one on my Facebook page.
Did you
That's
really?
probably where I got it.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
probably
buy. I
own
didn't
it.
buy it, but it was a box set. Then it was an entire box set that I saw at
Okay.
our record studio.
There you go. That's an actual album because Jorgen bought it.
Yes.
And it was hilariously fun because I checked it on the store and it actually has dancing instructions in the side.
So did you want to demonstrate, Jorgen, how to belly dance?
I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you could demonstrate a few moves.
That could have been a video.
Over my freaking dead body.
Okay. Enough of that.
That could have been a video.
I know.
Yeah, most likely, but not from not on my page.
What time is it? Oh, good. Oh, we've been on for an hour, so it is time for a commercial.
Commercial time. Yes.
Yeah, it is commercial time. So
Yeah, we need a break.
yeah, I know. And of course, I hit the wrong
This
button.
is hard work.
So anyway, yeah, all you kids, we'll be back right after these messages.
Can anybody top flavors like these? Toast 'em, top them. In new Toast 'em Fancy Frosted, a luscious lacework of vanilla frosting over blueberry, caramel flavor over peach, swirls of vanilla over strawberry, and rich honey flavor over cinnamon. New Toast 'em Fancy Frosted, the best looking toaster pastry ever. And they taste, even better than they look. New Toast 'em Fancy Frosted Pop-Ups from Post.
Yeah.
People are supposed to
Different
eat
version
those.
of Pop-Tarts.
People are supposed to eat those. People are supposed to eat those.
Yeah. Matter of fact, my mom got me some. I didn't like them. I went back to Pop Tarts. So.
Yeah, they're just Pop-Tarts. It's all
Yeah,
wholesome.
well, yeah, but they're Post. Like Kellogg's Post are always
Post and
I
Kellogg.
liked them. They weren't as sweet as they weren't as cloyingly sweet as Pop Tart.
Yeah.
That was half the idea behind the movie Unfrosted with
Yeah,
Jerry
Pop-Tart.
Seinfeld. It was like Kellogg's and Post were both coming out with toaster pastries, and they were spying on each other.
They made a movie about that.
Yes, they did.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So obviously Kellogg's won because.
Yeah, I got a movie about pastries. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we have a question for Tim. Tim, did you like the Batman cartoons? Which one? There's
No.
like 10.
Yeah, there's tons of them. I'm not a superhero guy. I like Batman because it's a spoof on Batman.
I like
I'm
Batman.
not a superhero
Cartoons
guy.
weren't spoofed. They were true to the comic books, really.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you were.
I don't.
Yeah.
Do you mean the early
I like
90s
that.
ones?
I
Or?
wasn't a comic book kid. I didn't grow up reading comic books.
Yeah.
But at the time that series was out, the comic books were pretty much like that.
Yeah.
So
Pretty much.
they might have embellished it a bit, but still.
Yeah, I was watching that, and last night I watched Steel St. John fall into the nuclear reactor 3 times.
Ah.
It's fresh. Yeah.
Okay. Poison!
What a waste.
Doesn't it mean the cartoon, the movie cartoon movies?
Well, there's about 10 different Batman cartoons.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, there's.
I only remember the
Yeah.
Batman cartoons from the 90s and forward when they have insane long face.
Yeah, well, that's from the 1990s. It was like 19.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably been Batman cartoons all through the 70s, 80s, 90s. Blah, blah, blah.
What the hell does it have in that long face?
Hello again, Stephen. When old footage is faded like that, the food looks as appetizing as eating a monkey's throat. Mmm. Yes. Okay. Cool.
What's that?
I don't know, but I just hit a wrong button like usual.
You hit the wrong button.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Batman Beyond too. There's tons of Batman cartoons.
Yeah, there's a whole everybody. Yeah.
Going back to the early 70s, I remember.
Oh, I remember seeing them in the '60s. They had Batman.
Okay, yeah, then too.
Hang on,
cartoons.
I'll get a stack of them.
Oh dear. Talking
I
about
got
Batman.
Batman cartoons.
Okay. With the Wonder Twin powers or something like that. Oh,
Yeah.
What else we got?
Doc will be right back. He's getting some.
That's good enough for now.
Don't drop them.
Ugh.
There we go. So what you got?
Yeah, we had Batman 1960 style
Yeah.
filmation. We had Warner Brothers Batman cartoons that were kind of like direct to disc or something. Yeah. And of course the ones from the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, so like they're Batman cartoons like up the wazoo. Not counting Super Friends even.
Yeah, Super Friends and all that. Hi, Mike.
Oh, Mike. Hello.
Hi, Mike.
Hello. Don't forget Bargone there too, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, Mike.
Hello. Hello. Where were we? Oh, I got this sitting here. Continuing our conversation about toys.
Oh, it's toys. Okay. Okay, what you got?
Oh my gosh! And it's upside down.
Oh,
Oh,
the Hot Wheels track.
Wheels, yeah.
hey.
Jeez, he still has the box.
Now, is that yours or did you buy it?
No,
I
I
stole it
don't.
from the kid across the hall.
No, did you? And you
Yeah,
kept
but
it.
Set it up.
It's not the original.
Okay, I was going to say you have it in on ice for 30 or 40 years or something.
No, these are probably like from the 1990s, maybe 80s, 90s. So like this one comes with the curve. Yeah.
I
There.
have something like that somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, they were cool.
So there you go. So I got some Hot Wheels. But you know, like I saw this on eBay and I thought it'd be cool to have some Hot Wheels stuff. I bought some. It wasn't very expensive. And I got it in. I hooked it up and had it running around the thing here. And after putting the car on top, and it goes around and did it. Okay, that's enough. Back to the box, and that's where it stayed. That's where it stayed for the past.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, so it's fun for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, if you're 12, like 10 years old, because my friends, we used to set up like track outside.
Hmm.
And we waited when it snowed to put piles of snow, and the front wheels would go through the snow and get stuck.
That was the problem with that stuff. It took you an hour to set it up. You play with it for 15 minutes, and it takes you another hour to take it all apart.
Yeah.
No, taking it apart took a lot less time. But I still remember getting it for Christmas. Because, you know, the old, so what do you want for Christmas? Hot Wheels, Hot Wheels. So I got Hot Wheels for Christmas. I'm going like, yay, you know, and I set it all up. And after 10 minutes, I'm going like, I better keep playing with this thing because I'm bored with it already. I better make it look like I really love it. So I played with it for another, I don't know how long, being bored out of my skull.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we still kept the stuff. Everybody on the block had something. Like bring over and we'd hook the, you know, I had like almost like a C-clamp thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd put them as high as we could, and then let the car just in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get a bunch of boxes that cut holes and string the track through the holes, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, gobs of fun with it. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but we still kept buying the cars, though. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like when the Red Baron came out. Oh, we all had to have that.
Yeah, I got the Red Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the dumb thing is, I think this may have helped with that Christmas story, or was a detriment that, like, oh boy, I got Hot Wheels, and it says, dig inside for what car you get.
Yeah.
I got the Ford Fleetwood truck.
Yeah.
I'm going like, why couldn't I have got like the Mustang or the Camaro or something like that? I got the fucking truck. That didn't help my enjoyment any.
He's been scarred for life.
I have been. 50 years later, I got the fucking truck.
Yeah.
You can just hear the bitterness in his voice here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know why didn't they look on the side of the package where they click off, you know, which car is inside?
Mm-hmm.
And say, no, don't get him the one. Maybe it was all the ones that they could get.
Maybe they did just to piss you off.
You can't get anything but the truck.
No, Doc, you see, you should have got a toy like me.
I'll show that little puke. He's getting that truck.
I didn't want a police sign.
Teach him not to take the garbage out.
It was a disappointing Christmas. And besides, the truck was almost too heavy to make it around the loop.
It's halfway up and goes, boom.
Exactly. So you set the whole thing up, you put the freaking truck on the top, boom.
Yeah. Now, see, you could.
I don't want to play with this anymore.
Yeah. One Christmas I got.
Matchbox back then were bad.
Yeah, they didn't hold a candle.
That's what made Hot Wheels different, because they had the different wheels.
Yeah.
That's
cooler cars too. I mean, let's face it, Hot Wheels got into the George Barris stuff, and it's a real neat cars.
Yeah, exactly. They came out with the red line wheels.
Yeah, that was the first year. I got all of those. I got the whole red line series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
first,
1968. 68 was the first year they had.
68.
Mm-hmm. They had all the red lines came out, and there was like 12 of them, about 12 cars or so that came out that year.
Maybe a little bit, maybe more like 60.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
With
the Camaro and the Mustang and the Firebird was a convertible.
Yeah, well, they all had, except for I think there was a couple, that looked cool, like Hot Heap, that looked like an old Model T, and Twin Mill that had the engines on both sides.
That wasn't the original year though. That came out the next year.
Okay, but there were a few custom ones.
Yeah, I got one called the Splitting Image, where it's like two pods.
Okay, yeah.
But they got into the Formula race cars and all that stuff.
But that first year, most of the cars were like based off of cars off the street.
Yeah, they were the popular cars. There's a T-Bird, there's Mustang, and a Cougar.
Yeah, exactly.
And a Firebird. They even had a Corvette, the first '68 Corvette.
Or they did, yeah. But I opened the thing up and got a fleet side pickup.
Yeah. I got a Mustang one year because did you sign up for the Hot Wheels fan club?
Yeah, I did.
With the silver Mustang?
Yeah, I got the silver special. Yeah, and that thing was cool. I actually ended up with two of them at some point. They were cool. I love that car. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got the box full of the catalog and a bunch of stickers and stuff. It was fantastic. Yeah. Yep.
There was a Hot Wheels called Purple something, I thought.
Purple Passion? I don't
know. That doesn't sound quite right. Purple something.
Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to be because if you bent the wheels, they don't go very far, because the wheels are made of wire. And if you bent the wheels, they don't roll too well.
I had the snake.
Jeff.
I had the snake and mongoose. I had the school bus, which was just
Yeah.
The school bus is one of the faster ones because it was heavy, so it got a lot of speed, a lot of kinetic energy.
Yeah, but it's not going to do that loop thing.
Yeah, no, it would. It was fast. The school bus. It was a monster.
I think I remember the school bus. Yeah.
And the Woody, they had the Ford Woody.
I wonder if this has the. Oh, there is a Purple Passion.
There's one in there.
Yeah. Well, no. I don't know if it's going to show up here because it's really small. Let's try.
Bye, Doc.
Hi, Doc.
Wrong button.
Yeah.
Right here. Okay, right at the bottom here. Okay.
It's blurry.
Yeah.
So you got an F100, a 67 Camaro, a 71 GTX, the Purple Passion, and a pit cruiser.
There you go.
Yeah. Each sold separately. Colors and decorations made.
Okay, here you go. The list of the 1968 Hot Wheels. So they have the custom Cougar. Mm-hmm. They have the custom Mustang. They have the custom T-Bird. That was a heavy one. Mm-hmm. The custom Camaro, the Silhouette. Remember that one? That was a fictional one. The Diora, which had the surfboards with it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
They had the Barracuda, custom Barracuda. They had the Firebird, which was a convertible.
Mm-hmm.
The custom Fleet Side, which was like an El Camino.
Oh, the Fleet Side was a freaking truck.
The Ford J car, which was like a Le Mans kind of thing. The custom Corvette, the Python. Remember that one? That was
the Python. Yeah.
And the Beatnik Bandit. Remember the Beatnik Bandit?
Yes.
Custom Eldorado. The Hot Heap. That was the Model T.
Yep.
The Hot Heap. And then the custom Volkswagen.
Yeah.
So those were the original. Looks like they had about 15 of them.
Yeah. So you got all these different cars, and I get the freaking pickup.
Yeah. So I had them all at one point.
Ooh.
I still have them all, actually. Yeah, of course, they all came in different colors too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Nowadays they basically come in one color.
There's a site here that's got them year by year. So in '69 they brought in the Ford Vicky, Ford Woody, custom T-Bird, which was a convertible, the 36 Ford Coupe, twin mill turbo fire.
They had two engines.
Toreo was one. The Splitting Image, I had that one in gold. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Custom Continental Mark III.
Ooh.
Custom AMX, I never had that one. Custom Charger. Custom Police Cruiser.
Ooh.
Volkswagen Beach Bomb. It had surfboard with it. There's like a Volkswagen bus. Mercedes-Benz 280 SL.
Mm-hmm.
Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow. I had that one.
Yeah, this
and
is like
Maserati Mistral. So that was in '69. It looks like they added another 16 to that. Yeah, and just goes from there. It's a website. It's got them all listed here.
Wow. I remember going to a custom car show probably 15 years ago or something like that, and they had a stuff with merch that you could buy.
Yeah.
And this one table just had Hot Wheels everywhere, still in the blister packs and everything.
So the Red Baron came out in 1970.
Okay.
I'll put the link up in the private chat, and if you want to post it for people to look at.
Wait! Jurgen's got one.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
This is a Trans AM that I got as a kid.
That was better days.
But the interesting thing is that my friend of mine, me, back then, I don't know if you can see it. We actually draw some red signs on the front with some dots here.
Yeah,
it's got a red license.
It's supposed to look like Kit.
Cute.
From Knight Rider.
Yeah.
So this is our take on Kit on Knight Rider. It's supposed to be that go from back and front here.
Wow.
So I posted a link in the private chat to the website. You can look at all the Hot Wheels year by year, right up to current year, actually.
Link copied. Okay.
Yeah. People want to look at it. It's pretty cool. Look at all those.
My favorite when I was a kid was, I don't know why, me and my brother both loved the Chevy Nomad.
Yeah.
We both just loved it. I don't know why.
I think I had that one actually, the Nomad. That was the wagon, right?
Yeah, that's the '57 Chevy station.
Yeah, maybe I didn't have that.
There is a documentary on YouTube about the creation of Hot Wheels. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I watched it.
There's a website where a guy, you can watch him restore them. Like he strips them down, paints them up, fixes everything on them.
Tell Jurgen about it. He needs that.
Yeah.
What? Exactly.
That one needs to be restored.
Maybe, but I feel like it's not my first priority to paint it more black. But it's a nostalgic memory, and that's enough.
I don't know.
Yeah, so the Nomad was called Alive 55. It came out in 73. There's a 55 on that. Well, there could have been another one. But that one
maybe I'm thinking. I think they probably had a 55 Chevy too that wasn't a wagon, and I probably got them confused.
Henry thinks if the Hot Wheels were
Chevy that wasn't a wagon, I don't know.
Yes, I would think so.
I remember getting Hot Wheels in boxes of cereal for a little while.
Really?
Hot Wheels and cereal?
I remember when they came out, everybody in I was only in what would that have been, grade 4? I mean, everybody had them. It was unbelievable how popular they were. Like, everybody had Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
We were stealing them left and right.
Yeah.
I have one Hot Wheels.
You could ride your bike, and the kid down the street left his Hot Wheels out all night. So. And then, what happened to my Hot Wheels? I don't know.
They would follow Jeff home for some reason.
I have this one. I got this for my birthday 9 years ago.
What is it? It's the Fiat.
Oh, it's a Mini, is it, Austin?
It's a Fiat 500. This was when the Fiat 500 got reintroduced, and I wanted a real Fiat 500, so I love those things. And a friend at work gave this to me for my birthday. It's the closest I ever got.
You got your car of your dreams right there.
Yeah, I got my Fiat.
It's new.
I used to have this other guy at work. We'd go to car shows and stuff, and he'd be looking at like Ferraris and stuff, and I'd be in the parking lot going, "Oh, there's a Fiat 500," and I'd be all over it. Like,
Poor Jim, he needs help.
No, I still want one of these.
Ooh,
I want it.
I think they're great.
I don't know. I hope they come out with a Hyundai Elantra because I'll buy it. And yeah, look at this. I got the little Hot Wheels of my car. So
the Hot Wheels were cool because they'd always come out in different colors too. So like I'd have a purple Corvette and somebody else would have a red one. And yeah, it was great.
Yeah, they don't paint them different now. Oh, what do we got here? We got a.
Oh yeah,
Johnny Lightning Ford Mustang.
Oh, Johnny Lightning, yeah, they came out afterward.
Johnny Lightning, that was the Me Too.
They were pretty popular for a while.
So,
the hood pops open.
That looks like is that a Cougar? Looks like a Cougar. Oh no, it's a Camaro.
Ford Mustang.
Oh, it's a Mustang. Okay.
That doesn't look like a Mustang.
It's from Diamonds Are Forever.
Well, I was going with the highway headlights, but yeah.
It's more like a Charger. Oh.
Okay.
Looks like a Lotus.
Is that the Lotus?
That's the Lotus Esprit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does it turn into a submarine?
No, it doesn't, unfortunately. No. That's the
drop
one
it in
from
the
a few years later.
Yeah.
And you all know what that is.
Oh, yeah. DB5.
Yeah, it's a Corgi. Yeah, I have actually got to put together the one that actually has the guns that come out the front and the bulletproof shield that comes out the back. I need to screw it back together.
Corgi 43rd scale. Yeah. Yeah, I had one of those as a kid. Yeah. They were pretty cool.
Well, Paul, Mike has collected and played with Hot Wheels and Lego between 82 and 92. Now I buy them to display and keep them in their packs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I had all mine like in the late 60s. That's when I got all mine. Mm-hmm. I played the hell out of them. I didn't.
Yeah, they didn't stay in the packs. No,
they didn't stay in the packs.
Constantly, I feel sorry for kids today. Their parents.
Well, they were expensive.
Like toys, and they put them up on a shelf in their package, and the kids get to look at them. Like,
yeah, but I mean, they were expensive for the time, like compared to the dinky toys and the Matchbox. Like they were expensive. So I figured
you couldn't afford 77.
Put that money out, you can play with them, right? I mean, that's what they're there for.
You're only 77 cents here. And now I find them in the dollar store and they're $2. I'm like, hey, that's not bad for inflation over 60 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the original ones.
Oh, no, the newer ones. But I mean, they're like $2 now.
Yeah.
And they were
I mean,
77.
they were close to $1 back in the day, which was a lot of money back then.
I know. So were
Yeah,
five records.
We used to have this department store called Nichols, and like once a month or something like that, Nichols would put their Hot Wheels on sale, 2 for $1. And
whoa!
Me and my brother would get to go to Nichols and each pick out a Hot Wheel.
Oh yeah.
When they came out in '68, they were like $1 a pop, and that was a lot of money in '68.
Yeah.
You know, like you figure your dad was probably working for about $1.25 an hour. You know, like that was a lot of money back then.
In '68, a McDonald's cheeseburger was probably 29 cents, and a hamburger was like 19 cents.
Well, a gallon of gas was like 29 cents a gallon. You know,
yeah, like 27 probably.
Yeah,
something like that.
I'm going to. I've gone for a long walk today, so I'm extremely tired right now. So I'm going to go to bed right now.
Okay, see you later, Jorgen.
Hi, Jorgen.
Watch out for those gorillas.
Yes.
Yeah, watch out for the gorillas. All right. Bye,
Get out.
Get out.
Oh, that's an older David Cassidy.
Yes.
Oh, a touch of blue.
Touch of blue.
You're very late, but thank you.
Well, that would go with these.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There's another one. There you go.
There we go.
That qualifies.
Yes, it does.
Boy, twice in one show. That's got to be a record. Now you got me looking at Hot Wheels.
Well, it was part of our childhood. Everybody, I guess, right? Oops, wrong button again, like usual. And if you look at Mattel's earnings over the last, their two biggest sellers over the last 70 years has been Barbie and Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
That's like Mattel's.
Where's the Hot Wheels film? You know, where's the blockbuster Hot Wheels?
Yeah, and they're building a Hot Wheels theme park in Arizona or something.
And they're still making them, right? They're still making Barbies and Hot Wheels.
Yep, it's their bread and butter. That's what keeps Mattel alive. Those
kind of hard on the teeth when you try to eat them, but yeah, it's bread and butter.
Paul, have you seen Guess Who or Bachman Turner Overdrive live? I've seen Bachman live. He's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen. Saw Burton Cummings live way back. Oh gosh, this was like the late '70s, early '80s, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, long time ago. Long time ago.
I've seen them 3 times.
Anyway, if they in fact are going to tour in 2026, I'm definitely going to be going to see them. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to see those guys.
Yeah, and they might remember. Look, it's Paul there.
I just watched an interview with Randy Bachman, and there is supposed to be a new BTO album coming out, and Fred Turner's on it too. So
good.
Yeah, so that's supposed to be happening. So we'll see what happens there. That'll be great.
Whatever happened to Blair Thornton?
Well, he was with them after Randy left. He stayed with them, and they played for a long time. They didn't disband until the early 2000s. But I guess he's retired now. Now, he was present for their, what is it? They got an award, a Canadian reward for the Canadian Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or something. Yeah. And he was present for that. I remember seeing it on CBC. They did a big broadcast of it, and he was there for that. I think he's still around because I just read the other day where the new BTO has his blessing along with Fred Turner's blessing. So he must be still around, but he's likely retired. You know, those guys, again, they're all in their 70s or older. So, yeah.
So who are the new BTO?
Okay, well, they got Randy, of course. They have Tal Bachman, who's his son. His wife is playing drums, Coco, and there's a couple of other guys, one guy on bass and another guy on guitar. But apparently Fred Turner is joining them on the odd show as well. So Fred Turner is not, he doesn't tour anymore. He's had health issues, and he, apparently his wife or his partner died, and that was really upsetting for him. So he's just kind of faded into the background, but apparently he is on this new album. He's writing and recording on the new album. So
I didn't know Fred Turner married Mickey Dolenz sister.
Did he? I didn't know that.
He married Coco.
How many Cocos do we know?
No, that's Tal Bachman's wife is named Coco.
Oh, I think okay, but still.
Yeah, Coquito or something is her name. Coquito or something.
Well, the infamous, what's his name from All Things Must Pass, his wife is named Coco.
Oh, really?
The guy that caused the controversy a couple of years ago, what's his name? I know you know, Paul.
Bobby Whitlock.
Bobby Whitlock's wife is named Coco.
That's right. Her name is Coco. She's not Asian though. She's
not Asian. Named Coco.
Well, Tal Bachman's
sister isn't Asian either.
I think she's Japanese. I think or something like that. Anyway.
Okay, Mike is going to meet you at the show, Paul. Be sure to get footage.
Okay.
That's a video.
Are you buying the tickets, Mike? Put me down for 2.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to make my wife.
Breaking news. Joe Biden has been diagnosed with aggressive prostate cancer. Ooh, with metastasis. Oh.
That's sad to hear. I mean, I can't stand his presidency or politics, but I don't like to see that.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Well, that's another conversation.
Well,
let's just
I don't think there's enough of his mind left that he'll know much about it anyway.
There wasn't much of his mind left when they elected him.
So now he's got
Alzheimer's pretty bad.
Okay, so here we go. Current BTO. I'm trying to get the names of the people on it.
Oh, Paul, Mike liked Tal Bachman's first album, She's So High. That was a decent song, but it didn't do much.
That was a really good song. Yeah.
It did fine.
You never followed it up, though.
Yeah. Well,
okay, so here we go. We got a guy named Brent Howard playing guitar.
Mo's son.
He's from Vancouver Island, I think. Oh, no, Maple Ridge. He's from your neck of the woods, Mike, and he's from Maple Ridge. And then Lance Lapointe is he's from Vancouver Island. He's playing bass.
I better take note of that. Mike's taking you to the show for free.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Well, you got plenty of time to iron out the details, so it could happen. It could happen.
Yeah. So good stuff.
Yeah. So when is this tour happening? Later this year, or?
Well, BTO's been touring all year. They're out right now, and then Cummings and Bachman are talking about doing a Guess Who thing in 2026.
Oh. Well, Mike, save up because you'll be buying at least.
I'm definitely going to. Maybe if they're in Victoria, I'll go there, and if they're in Vancouver, I'll go there again. Because I love the Guess Who. Are you kidding me? They're my number one Canadian band, man. They're fantastic.
Oh, I thought it was Trooper.
No. I like Trooper though. I got all their albums. They're good. Trooper and I are a really good band.
Well, let me think of somebody worse.
Randy Bachman discovered Trooper and he produced their first album. They're just a Vancouver bar band, but they're really good.
Lance Lapointe was Dudley Do-Right's right-hand man.
Well, I don't think it's the same one.
I don't know what that is. Oops. Hit a wrong button like usual. Oh gosh. Let me try this again. That's for Mr. Toon Time if he's interested. Paul, I'm in Coquitlam, BC.
Oh, whatever. It's all the other side of the river.
Where is your river?
You're up there in the smog belt.
Ooh. He's close enough. He's close. He's as close as Robert P. is to me, I guess. What's that, like half an hour?
Now. Yeah, Coquitlam, Maple Ridge, Mission, they're all across the river from us.
Yeah, how far
north of us, across the Fraser River.
How far is that? Like a half hour, an hour? How far is that?
Oh, I could be in Maple Ridge in like 10 minutes. Like we got,
10 minutes.
Well, there's a bridge right down the road.
Come on over, Mike. Come on over.
There's a bridge right down the road from me now, so I could be there in like 10 minutes.
Oh, neat.
And,
yes, save. Randy and Burton have rights to the name. Guess who? Correct.
Yeah, they just earned the rights back, so that's why they're talking about touring. And I was saying all along that was the goal, and people were saying, no, why would they do that? Well, because it'll make them money. That's why they'll do it.
Especially when it's the real Guess Who.
I think that was what was behind the whole thing about Cummings withholding his rights for the music and everything, was so that they would force them to give up ownership of the name so he and Randy could go out on the road as the Guess Who again.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what sounds like is going to happen.
Who better to have the rights anyway in the first place?
Well, maybe Burton more than Randy, because Randy left in 1970, but nonetheless, their biggest hits were under Randy's watch. And, and Burton was in the band until 75, and they had a whole slew of albums, which I really love that stuff. So, yeah, like that's who the Guess Who is Burton Cummings and Randy Bachman, really.
Mm-hmm. And they won't have that other guy invited to the.
No, well, the other guys retired. They weren't even playing in the Guess Who anymore.
No, the one guy that still had the rights, though.
Yeah, well, Jim Cale, the bassist. Yeah, but I mean, that's a whole other story. Another conversation. But he basically, the name was never registered as a trademark. And in 1978, Cale discovered this, and he registered the name, but he lied on the form, and he said the name was first exploited in 1978, which is true. That's a lie. It was first exploited in 1965. So he claimed ownership illegally, but there's nothing they could do about it, apparently. The other guys didn't even know about it until years later. So, yeah.
No, this is almost as bad as Michael Jackson buying Paul McCartney's songs.
Well, that was done legally, at least, but
yeah, that was legal.
I hear people all the time, saying Burton Cummings is just a big mean old guy for doing what he did. No, Burton Cummings put it right. Jim Cale's the guy that broke the law. It wasn't Burton Cummings. Cale lied on the registration form. Yeah. And that's how he got the rights in the first place. It was all built on a lie.
Put him in jail. Put him in the box.
Yeah. Well, it was statute of limitations and all that, right? But yeah, Cummings was just doing what was the right thing to do. Put the name back where it belongs.
Mm-hmm. So when you buy a ticket to the Guess Who this summer or whenever, it's got to be the real Guess Who.
Well, and you see, that was the frustration for Burton Cummings as well, because he, particularly with American dates, he tried to get American bookings, and they kept saying, well, you guys were just here. Well, it was the fake Guess Who. It wasn't Burton Cummings at all. Mm-hmm. So now, mind you, he's playing the same material, right? So people said, well, we don't want you because you guys were just here. And so it was actually costing him money, because this fake band was going out pretending they were the original Guess Who. And they were even advertising as such, like the posters, the songs being played on the radio were all the original Guess Who recordings. So people were getting duped into believing that they were going to see the real Guess Who, when in fact it was just a bunch of hired guns. And that's why Cummings got ticked off, because it was costing him money in terms of performances, and it was diminishing the value of the name because people were getting ticked off about it.
Probably near the same thing what's happening with Foreigner right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, exactly. You know, like Mick Jones isn't even playing with them anymore. So I mean, it's
basically a tribute band, but they're marketing it as the band Foreigner.
Well, legally it is, but it is just a tribute band.
Yeah. I mean, that's been going on in like 50 circles for years. I mean, from the 70s on, there's been the Coasters and the Drifters and the Clovers and you name it. 4 different bands under the same name, all owned by the same guy, sends them out. Okay, you're the Coasters. You're the Coasters down south. You're the Coasters in the Northeast. Go, you know. And
well, just a response to DC2, and they do care. That was the issue, because when people went to the concerts and discovered that it wasn't Burton Cummings' voice they were hearing, and it wasn't Randy Bachman's guitar playing, they were getting ticked off. And so it did matter. They did care, because it wasn't the sound that they wanted to hear. And I mean, Burton Cummings has a very distinctive voice. You can't replicate that. And that's the sound they wanted to hear, and they weren't hearing it.
No, they weren't dead then, Henry. They weren't dead when that started, but people own the names. The Drifters didn't own the names, so whoever owned the name just sent groups out.
Yeah, I went to see the Temptations once.
This happened in the 70s. And the 80s.
I think there might have been one original member, but the rest were all replacements.
I'm sure Jeff saw the Herman's Hermits with only the original guitar player. You know, well, that's not Herman's Hermits.
There were 2, the drummer and the guitarist.
Well, I just remember the guitar player. But anyway, there was no Peter Noon, so that's...
Well, you can't be Herman Hermits without Peter Noon. I'm sorry.
Without Herman.
Without Herman, yeah.
Yeah, he had to do with a class.
Henry VIII, you know.
The drummer was there. There was 2 of them. And a couple of guys with beards, so whatever.
He was, until recently. In the last few years, he was only like part-time at best. He was on there. He recorded on their last album, but he wasn't touring with them. He had health problems. He's old too, you know. Like, so Gary Peterson, he's talking about there. Amazing drummer, by the way. Gary Peterson was among the best rock drummers ever of that generation. But he even retired because his health was in decline. And so, yeah. No, the whole band was all these hired guns.
But that still goes on. I heard that the Pete Best band is still going to continue without Pete Best. You know,
that's ridiculous.
It's the Pete Best band with no Pete Best. So there you go. You know.
Well, maybe they'll play. Maybe they'll play In Time now. Oh, that was mean. I was being mean there.
Speaking of dead people, we better get this in while I think of. Joe Don Baker died.
Good old Buford Pusser himself.
Yeah.
The first movie.
Yeah.
He's not walking tall anymore.
No,
he's more horizontal.
I didn't realize he was that old, actually.
Yeah. I wonder if he was buried with that stick.
Was buried with that cat?
Yeah.
Yes. The cat's gone too. So.
Yeah, he was in 2 Bond films.
Yeah.
So.
That's right. He played the CIA contact. Wade.
And a baddie.
Jack Wade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember he got the car started by hitting the engine with the hammer, right?
Yeah, they're in the Russian hammer.
It's pretty funny.
That's what we'll remember Joe Don Baker for.
That was with Pierce Brosnan. That was in his movies he was in. I remember that.
Yeah. Now, he was in one where he played a bad guy. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. He used to
Dalton's
play
first one,
the little war games on his gaming table and stuff.
Yeah.
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 That was with Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton. So he was two different Bond films. So.
That was License to Kill, I think. Or no, the one before that, Living Daylights. Living Daylights. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Robert Davi was the villain in License to Kill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mike says if there's a Cummings Bachman tour in 2026 in Vancouver, I'm there, and he's buying tickets for everyone.
Well, my buddy on Vancouver Island, they'll probably play on Vancouver Island too. So my buddy over there, we're gonna figure out how we're gonna get there and go see that one too.
So don't forget
so
to get
what's
tickets for Mike.
BTO's biggest hit, like their signature song?
I would say "Taking Care of Business" was probably their biggest single, and then "You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet" was another big one.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hey You.
No,
it wasn't as big, but the first one I remember hearing on the radio was "Let It Ride," and I still love that song.
Yeah, Let It Ride.
The second album. Let It Ride is a great song.
I'm gonna say "You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet" was the bigger of the two.
Like "Roll On Down the Highway" was a big hit.
It's a bit before my time, fellas. Actually,
We'll look it up.
So I'll get my BTO collection here.
I bought it on 45, so I remember the song.
Yeah, we'll see what the bigger. Oh really? Huh. Okay. Let It Ride hit 23.
Mm-hmm.
That's their first album.
Yeah, but Let It Ride only hit 23. Taking Care of Business only got as far as 12.
Okay.
But that's pretty good.
That's good, but I would think it was bigger than that. However, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. Number one.
Okay. I ain't seen it yet. Yes.
Yeah, and Hey You only got to 21.
Mm-hmm.
I still
So
have all my original albums.
let's have a look. I was busy reading.
Well, okay. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Roll On Down the Highway and hit the top 40.
So this one, I think "Blue Collar" was the single from this, which is a really cool song. It's really bluesy and jazzy. It's a great song.
Yeah.
And then this is where you "Taking Care of Business," TCB as they call it.
Okay, Roll On Down the Highway got to 14.
"Let It Ride" was the first song I ever heard from the band. It was from that album, and this was probably their biggest album.
Mm-hmm. I had that.
Well,
I had that.
and then they had "Four Wheel Drive,"
Mm-hmm.
and then they had "Head On."
Yep.
And then they had "Freeways," and this Randy left after this album, and then they did they released a live album,
Mm-hmm.
and then when Randy left, they did 2 albums without him.
Mm-hmm.
They got Jim Clench, who was with April Wine. He moved over to BTO, and he did this album with them, and he did this album with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they disbanded, and then they got back together. And I think in like '84 they did this album, '83 or '84.
$4.99. Bargone.
And then I showed you this the other day. Bachman and Fred Turner got this in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
I put it with my BTO because it sounds just like a BTO album. So
I might as well. It's alphabetically, it's right there.
Yeah.
So that's my BTO collection. I got a CD, like an anthology CD, double CD as well.
What's going on here?
The hits, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
one hit?
Two, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Yep.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
Ooh.
UK hit
Oh.
things.
Hey,
I need that.
I see, Doc, you need to get those. Yeah.
I remember Police Squad, but I didn't really watch it.
With Leslie
Police
Nielsen.
Squad was great. They only ever showed 8 episodes, unfortunately.
That's only 8.
It was great.
Well, yeah, but then they started making the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah, they started making the movies, but the show was just.
The show was kind of.
Yeah.
There were so many just good in jokes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
In that show, I mean, the guest star. They just had a guest star, and they killed him off in the opening credits.
Yeah,
that was one of the in jokes. Special guest star Ephraim Zimbalist. He's dead. Next.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll ever see those movies on TV again because it had O.J. Simpson in them.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
That's sort of like
yeah.
Can't show that movie anymore.
That's why they're making the new one, right?
Oh, they are with new people.
They're making a new Naked Gun movie.
God, you can't do that without Leslie Nielsen.
Well, it's a reboot.
My favorite gag they ever did, there was that guy you never saw because he was so tall, his head was off the top of the screen. And one day they're talking to him and they're like, "Hey, you got something on this corner of your mouth." No, the other side. And a half a banana comes flopping down on the desk.
Oh, those Zucker brothers.
Brilliant.
It was a funny show. It was a really funny show.
Oh.
Come on, Lee. We don't have all day.
We just have a few minutes, Lee. We have
Oh,
Cheetos and hot Cheetos.
Well, you got the honey nuts.
Just like,
you got the banana.
Like last week, I got
the
skipped
cherry
in.
one.
Do you have anything new? Nothing changes.
Hey, Doc, there's a video for you right there. Do a taste test of all the Cheerios.
Cheetos. Yeah. Oh, I thought it was the Cheetos.
Do all the variations and decide which one is the best.
Yeah.
I only buy the multigrain.
Okay.
Out of all the Cheerios, I buy the multigrain.
The multigrain are probably the best ones, really. They taste good.
How often do you buy cereal, Doc?
I haven't eaten cereal in 12 years. It's not my thing. Really.
What do you have for breakfast?
He probably still has all his teeth.
Or porridge or something like that.
Okay. You have like an enormous bowl in the morning for breakfast?
All right, Jeff. Okay.
Doc uses a salad bowl as a cereal bowl.
Mixed bowl.
It must be time for the end of the show.
It does.
No, sorry.
Doc's cereal bowl is bigger than my dog's dishes.
Oh, shoot.
I am not going to sit here and be insulted like this.
Oh, man.
It puts about 2 liters of milk on it.
It's true. It's true.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Hot Wheels.
Okay, so tell them what you actually use as your cereal bowl. Tell them.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Wait. Who is the fool on the hill? Paul. At least in the video.
Well, I don't know. I think it might be Jimmy Nickel.
Yeah, it might be. By then, still sitting
he thought he would replace Ringo, and he turned out, no, that ain't happening.
He's sitting at the airport. Real bad.
So Jimmy Nickel and Zach Starkey are hanging out together now, I guess.
We have a lot in common. Cereal's poison. Only if you eat those ones with like 1,000 different colors in it.
Yeah,
which you always avoid, of course. Yeah.
Cheerios is actually pretty healthy. Cheerios is as far as cereal goes. Cheerios is pretty good cereal.
Yeah. Healthy for your heart and stuff. Yeah, I know. Whoops. They eat eggs and soldiers over there. What?
Not every day. Not every day.
Oh. Less than that, Mike. Less than that.
Yeah.
Having Minites. What's a Minite?
Yeah, less than that. Thankfully, for most people.
That's that Canadian metric time, eh? We don't have minutes, we have Minites.
Yeah.
But it was a good show anyway.
But that's just on the other side of the river. That's the
I've got one right here. Come here.
Oh, where is he going now? What's that? He's got a beer bottle on his couch. Is that a beer bottle back there?
No, that's a. I don't think that it's too small, really, but I put it there anyway.
Is it HP sauce?
Monkey's soda.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
you know, the monkey brains.
Soda. I don't have a lot to display, but there it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nummy. Okay.
Very num.
Yeah, okay. And now a midnight.
Oh, those things. Okay.
What are
They make movies. They're midnights.
I know, but does it just sit there or does it walk?
No, it's got a wheel on the bottom.
Yeah, you can play with it in your kitchen. Yeah.
Ooh, midnights.
Yeah.
Chase the cats around with that.
Yeah, that'd be fine. My cats would be done with that in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know they'd pounce on it for sure. They'd be after it.
Hey, it doesn't go by itself. Oh, yeah. What's that?
Yeah. Exactly. It's a show about everything. We're talking friends.
Mm-hmm.
See, he's tapped into our secret. That's
It is.
I don't understand why the ratings are so low these days. Because
You don't?
I watch other shows like that, and they're so boring. They don't laugh or tell jokes or anything.
You need bigger sponsors.
Oh, have I still got it? Yes, I still have it. Ah, yes, Jim Allen.
Forgot to tell you, my stereo hasn't blown up this week. This one over here.
Yeah, tell us about your stereo.
It hasn't blown up this week.
Are you sure?
The one I bought in 1978.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
My Techniques from 1978.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Still works great.
Oh my God.
Is that one of those Zoetrope records?
One of those what?
Zoetrope records.
No.
You know?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Not one of those.
I tried that joke for 3 weeks. My
Those
trial,
are
it
pretty
didn't
cool,
even.
by the way. I watched a video on the George Harrison one, All Things Must Pass. Those are pretty cool, those zoetropes or whatever they're called, zeotropes. Or
Yeah, like that.
they're pretty cool, actually.
Oh, Tim, when is the next live or video?
No idea. The new podcast, though. Put up a new podcast last night.
I listened to it. Yeah, it's a unplugged acoustic one. Yeah, I like
No,
it.
that was last week. I put up a new one last night.
Oh.
Okay.
You're behind. Yes. So yeah, it looks like we have the most viewers at the moment, but it's just in time for us to go by. So
That would go out on a high note.
exactly. So, good day, everyone. Good day, and come back on Thursday. And we do this kind of crap again.
We will. Yes.
Yeah. So, Beetle Brad was gone to a train show. That's why he couldn't make it.
This weekend, train.
Maybe next time we'll have Beetle Brad. So come back.
It's about time somebody trained him.
Yeah. So trying to do two things with one hand. Come back later. We'll do this another time. Okay. Bye.
That's all,
I got it this time.